Yeah, it's the 6:30 hour here tonight, and welcome to our select board meeting on September 16th, 2021. And again, welcome any guests and the rest of our staff here tonight. And the meeting has been called to order. And the next one is to review and approve minutes of September 2nd, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of September 2nd, 2021.
Okay, I'll second it. Any discussion?
I have one from Dorothy. It's under Mike Jolly. So that first line should be, Michael asked the select board to be the second constable. And then down...
He actually said town constable. That's what he said.
Oh?
He did say town constable.
Okay.
You just gotta love videos.
That's actually what he said.
Anyways.
Okay, that's fine. No, then leave it. That's what he said.
No.
Because then you guys said he'd be second constable.
And then under class 4 roads, the Fuller Hill should be road.
Yes. What should that be?
Just says rod, it should be road.
Oh, in the middle there. 4 lines.
Yeah, sorry, yep, down further.
Fuller Hill Rod. And Harold, did you say that Buzzy's Road, which is called Engle Road?
Yeah, it's Engle Road
Off of Buzzy's. And then that was all.
Any other discussion? Hearing none. We'll call the vote on the minutes. All those in favor of the minutes as printed with corrections, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. And the minutes of September 2nd, 2021 are approved. Adjustments to the agenda. Anything in particular that stands out?
We could move Mark down to the end of it, and then we could really...
Pass the open to the public and other business?
Yeah, all the way at the end. Yeah.
I'm 57.
Yeah, point 57 of 52. There you go.
I think the agenda looks good.
Okay, all right. Well, Mark, you're up. So see, that's where you go from the rear and up to there you go.
Good. Well, I'm asking approval of the select board of a permit for a special events permit for the Department of Liquor and Lottery. My permit in the shop covers everything inside, but if you peek through the windows of my shop, I've kind of turned my retail into storage. I'd like to set up a tent outside. I've asked for 2 days because I'd like to do, obviously during the Fall Foliage Festival, but I'm also thinking of doing like a community apple pressing, because I have someone let me borrow a fancy apple press so I could grind them and juice them there. And I'm thinking of asking people to come and I'll press their apples for them, turn it into hard cider, or not hard cider, sweet cider. They could do with it as they please. And that may be Sunday, or I might do it Saturday afternoon, so that's why it's for 2 days. But just a tent outside, nothing crazy.
I guess the concern we always come up with is just make sure that about town property.
Yeah.
No alcohol use on town property. Just so I think you're aware of it, but we just bring it up just for the sake of.
Yep.
Just in case somebody asks about it.
You did that 2 years ago, Mark, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So it'd just be the same setup you had.
Pretty much.
Yeah, every year.
You've done it for a few years, 3 or 4, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's been more than one outside, maybe 2 or 3, and then not anything last year, but.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Cool. So if I can get a signed copy, I'll send it to the state and they'll do with it as they please. Take my money. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. Oh,
I just was gonna say. Just was gonna say. Oh, yeah. All right, department updates, highway.
So, been trying to get some tire prices, as we talked about last week. Yeah, I have got two tire prices for the ton truck. One from Groton Garage, one from Groton Tire and Auto. That's the sticky note, Groton Tire and Auto, and the other one's Truck Garage for Garage. Yeah. Groton Tire and Auto ends up being cheaper.
Cheaper, not cheap.
You say the amount?
Groton Garage is $212 each, $88 mounted to balance, for a total of $1,353.00. Groton Tire and Auto is $215.99 each.
That's mounted and balanced.
That's mounted and balanced. And you have to add all
Get your calculator with you.
216 times 4.
6.
100, $900.
Yeah. So I would be at
Not quite nine, you gotta tag. Oh, no, what a
1,200,
tag.
1,200 and something.
Oh, you get
Six tires.
6, okay, yeah.
We're pretty close, but.
Yeah, I figured it up earlier, it was like $80 difference or something.
yeah. Not by much.
Well, we go on that, Aaron.
I would take the Groton Tire and Auto. Make sure I get it right.
Sounds like a plan. Good with me.
Okay.
We want to make a motion to that, just so we get it on the record.
I make a motion to approve purchase of 6 snow tires from Groton Tire and Auto for the town highway department.
Second it. Any other debate? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion with purchase of 6 tires for the town truck from Groton Tire and Auto, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay.
So, big truck tires is a nightmare.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The last time I bought them from Rouse Tire. And I thought I dialed Rouse Tire number and the guy answered Pete's Tire Barn. So I asked him for prices and whatnot. When I got done off the phone with him, I called back Rouse Tire number again. And he answered again.
Okay.
So Pete's Tire Barn bought out Rouse Tire.
Yeah.
They only do Bandag retreads. I like the Michelin XDS 2s. That's what we got last time. I mean, they've lasted 2 years. There's still some life in them, but not a lot. Pete's Tire Barn give me price for winter deeps, which are good for 1 year. That's all you're gonna get out of them, no matter what. So I got prices for steer tires, Pete's Tire Barn, which is different than the steer tire price I got from New England Truck Tire, because they're different tires. I like the tread pattern and style on the New England Truck Tire, steer tire. It looks more like a beefier tire, better tread.
Yeah.
And there's nobody else to get prices to compare.
Yeah.
So
Now, do they still go through the state contract?
New England Truck Tire, yes.
Oh, I'm talking about Pete's.
I don't know.
They had before,
Did
but
they?
we tried to contact them for a rescue. Never did return the calls. So,
So the retreads are cheaper through Pete's, like by $100 or so, I want to say, off the top of my head. But you get 2 years out of the ones from New England Truck Tire compared to 1 year, you know, for $100.
Better off going with the 2-year.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I Googled it, tried to find other distributors, and there don't seem to be any.
I'm not driving that truck, you are, so I would, if you feel more comfortable with a set of tires, I'm comfortable with going with the ones that you like.
So my plan is to buy 4 virgin casings with caps on them. Then take 4 off the truck, send them and have them recapped. So we'll have another
Spares.
4 to go on when we need them.
Yeah.
So you prefer to go with New England Tire or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And just, I've had good luck with that tread pattern. I hate to give it up.
Oh, well, I mean, if it works for you, I mean, let's stay with something that works. Yeah,
You know, that tread pattern will last Phillips' truck 4 years.
yeah.
This truck doesn't run as much during the summer.
Don't run very much anyways. Don't dare to run it.
Oh, it goes back to Clark.
Stay running, yeah. Runs up to Clark.
That's where it gets the most mileage.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm.
Comfortable going with New England
Yeah,
tires.
yeah.
Okay. The class 4, seeing how Zach's not here, you probably don't want to go into the class 4. Might as well wait till everybody's here.
Yeah.
Maybe unless you got anything else to
No, I just, I've
discussion on that. Yeah.
been doing other things, other meetings, and I did meet with Tim Ruggles this week on Monday. We're gonna get the box culvert project going, have it go out to bid in like November, so that our box is ordered and ready for spring.
Yeah.
Seeing how we already got the grant for it,
Yeah.
might as well. I gotta write some letters to some landowners to get permission for a bypass.
For the detour. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of work and money for a week, but
Says, you know, that's what you know, state requirements. So before I forget it, we should motion on that
Yeah.
tires before I forget it.
Make a motion to approve the purchase of tires through New England Tire. New England Tire, right? New England Tire.
New England Truck Tire.
New England Truck Tire.
Okay. I'll second it. Any other more discussion with that? Hearing none. All those in favor of the motion to purchase tires, however, from New England Truck Tire, there we go, I'll get it right. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Same sign. Okay, so that takes care of that motion.
And how much were they?
She's got the list.
For the New England
That's
one?
Pete's.
Yeah, the bottom one's New England
This
Truck
one's New
Tire.
England Tire.
Okay.
What is it, 692?
That's for the steer tires, correct?
Yeah.
And the retread with a case and was 380 something.
360.
Okay.
360, yeah, 360.75
It says 260.75.
plus $100.
Oh, the $100, yeah. Okay. And Pete's is,
I don't care about that, because you.
okay,
didn't
well,
get with them.
all right.
One.
I said, yeah, okay, I can have all I can do to read it anyway.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on the phone trying to get prices and, so another thing I got is I got an email the other day from NVDA, Doug Morton, and the state wants to give out some more money.
That's good, I guess.
We'll take it when we have.
So this is for equipment to use to work towards our MRGP, Municipal Road General Permit. Like rollers and leaf blowers and hydroseeders, and there's a whole list of stuff. I was looking at the leaf blowers, turbine leaf blower, because you can actually blow out the ditch, which will make it last longer in between ditching. They will give us 7,000, well, estimated equipment cost is $7,000, which I don't know where they got that from. They'll give us $5,600 of it towards buying one. So I called HP Fairfield, which is the only distributor in New England, it seems. I mean, I tried to find other brands. You know, the next closest dealer for a different brand was like Maryland or something. But I called them to get a price because, you know, $7,000 seemed kind of low.
Yeah.
So the price for one is actually $8,115. It's a trailer mounted turbine like they use. But I mean, when you subtract the state's 5,600, it's 2,515. It's still cheap compared to 8,000 bucks. So I just thought I'd bring this to you guys and let you guys ponder on it.
Is it a flat 5,600 or is it up to 5,600?
It's up to 5,600, but it's 80% up to $7,000. So this is gonna be back in by October 8th.
Yeah.
So if it's,
And then I'll throw that on the agenda, just so we keep reminded of it.
Next meeting, October 6th.
Yeah,
Soon. It's when?
October
When
7th.
you have to have it.
well, this is a letter of intent.
Okay.
We can still back out of it
I'd go
afterwards.
ahead and submit a letter of intent then, Harold, and I mean, unless you feel otherwise.
No, I mean, if you can, it's fairly cheap, you know, I mean, you can't,
I think it'd be a great thing. I mean, like the fall, the leaves are falling, you can't grade. I mean, the leaves just fall up.
Well, and yeah, that's the other thing, is it saves money in maintenance, and it saves money in ditching, and it saves, you know.
I know Town of Corinth has one, but they've got it mounted on their tractor with PTO.
Yeah.
And they love that thing.
Yeah.
and especially when you got stone line ditches.
Right.
Yeah.
Keep them leaves out of there.
So you ain't gonna have to that's quite a process when you gotta redo them ditches with a stone and then have to sort. They have machineries that will do that, but it's costly.
So I guess the only other thing I got a meeting next Wednesday with Doug Morton and Alan May from the state. We got that grants and aid grant, and I want to use it on Minor Hill. So Alan May is going to come over and we're going to try to figure out a solution to that. I said, I know it's paved ditches with stone lined on top of it and silt on top of that. I said, I don't know what to do, so.
Oh, because the configuration of that hill it's not meant for,
It's just too steep.
yeah.
I said, I do know there's driveway culverts that don't meet code that are failed. Ben's has failed.
Yeah.
I said, I need some help. So they're gonna come next Wednesday and
Trying to figure it out.
see if we can come up with a plan.
Good.
All right,
That's all I got.
all right. Thank you, Harold. Thank you, Harold.
I have one question for Harold. So the paving, all you're waiting for from me is the copy of the check?
Yes.
Okay, I'll send that to you tonight before I leave, because I have it.
Yeah.
And then you'll submit
I
it.
was trying to get hold of Shauna this week, but she's in,
Aruba,
yeah,
yeah,
so,
yeah. But you're still gonna send it though, right? So
yeah, I would probably wait till Monday to send it. I mean, it's Thursday now, so for Monday, just so I can talk to her, make sure I have everything.
Everything's so slow. Hope we
Well,
get it in
they've
2021.
changed things, so hopefully things are better.
Okay, good.
Were we waiting on discussion on South County Road too, with Zach, or was that something different?
I can discuss it real quick, what me and Gary talked about. So I had a meeting with Gary. We come up with a plan. He's gonna put a cable across it with signs and flagging and, signs on the end of the bridge saying no wheel vehicles or snow wheels only or whatever. Gonna try it. See what happens.
Val, you can do it right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right, treasurer.
Okay, so, we started collecting tax money, so we have 281,000 in so far, so that's good.
Yeah.
I do want to play you a message that I got when I came in Tuesday morning. Oh. Sorry.
Technology, I love it.
I want to know why our taxes went up so high. My property value was $103, and suddenly it went up $21,000 in value. Hooray! But now my taxes went up from $2,300 to almost $2,700. Why? I want to know who made the decision to raise our taxes with this crazy ass increase. People were out of work for a year because we were all in an epidemic. And now I get a tax bill for almost $2,700. What the hell is going on? Town Groton, I did not vote for this. I didn't agree to any of this. You guys do things and you don't include your own community. What the hell is going on here? You make changes, you buy properties, you lock down things, and you don't let us know. The community, the people who elect you, who put your asses there, who pay your salary. This is absurd. I'm really not happy with this. I'm going to see Bernie Sanders on Sunday, and I will take my phone in and I will tell him about this shit. That it is illegal for you guys to pull this game because you want to line your pocket and you keep your little rich friends from paying their share. I'd like to see how everybody else is paying theirs. Is there a public record of our tax bill so everybody gets to see what everybody pays? And Johnny Shithead gets to make the choices of who's going to pay what? This is not fair. This is not just. This is not right. I don't care that this is the town of Groton. You're a part of the Vermont state people. And for you to do this to us and raise our tax bill by this much money is absurd. And you'll be lucky to get paid. I'm tired of this crap with you people. You take advantage, you destroy us. You didn't do anything for me. I am a brain tumor. Did you do anything for me? Did you make my life easier? Did you make my husband's life easier? Did you make anything change for us? Your job is overseen, not to retaliate and charge people ridiculous amount of money for just doing blame. None of it is just, and I'm going to make sure about it. If I take any last deal, one of your southern bitches that undercut your town, which is a shithole, family my ass. You don't treat me like family. You don't treat me like anything except garbage. And then you raise my value of my house by $21,000 and then have find it.
Okay,
Okay,
think
so
so.
that was lovely.
I would say she's a little bit upset.
So she did not leave her name, did not leave her telephone number, but we have caller ID in the office, so I called her back and left a message, and she has not called me back.
Okay.
So I want to answer her concerns in the meeting.
Yeah, I had a few concerns myself.
My first of all, it's not acceptable to leave a message like that on an answering machine. But I am the tax collector. You tell me to collect the taxes. You set the tax rate
Yep.
and approve it. Tax rate is less than last year. Her value did not change from last year. She did not file her homestead with the state of Vermont. So that is the difference from last year to this year. And tax bills are a public record. She can come in and look at anybody's tax bill minus the state tax amount. That everybody that is residents gets the same rate, anybody that's non-resident gets the same rate. So that's what I'd like to say to her.
And the other thing is that the select board don't get salary. We only get a stipend, so that's a big difference.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know,
You know,
I don't know where
lots
she,
of comments to
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
about
I
this,
know,
but, you
just-
know, I don't know, I don't have a rich friend and I don't line anybody's pockets and I, so.
No, and you know, I mean, the tax rate is set at a public meeting.
Yes.
And it's on the agenda 2 or 3 or 4,
Yes.
if not times on the
Yeah.
agenda,
Yeah.
so.
yeah, it isn't like it's been a big secret. I mean,
Yes,
it's
it's not a big secret.
No.
I mean, it's publicly talked about.
and
So-
if she's got a problem, she can, that's why we have select board meetings.
Yeah.
And as the treasurer points out, it's lower than it was last
Yeah,
year.
it is, yeah, so I don't understand that, but anyways. you just-
Okay, so I just wanted to share that.
It's a good way to start the day though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
A little upsetting, and then she didn't call me back, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's lots of trainings happening. Next Thursday and Friday, there's a training from VMCTA that's down at Lake Fairleigh. Carrie and I will be going Thursday, and then I'll be going on Friday. So the office will be closed on Thursday, and we're closed on Friday. And then October 4th, there's that virtual training. I think, did you sign up, Aaron?
I haven't yet because I haven't broached the subject at work yet.
Okay.
So,
All
but
right,
it is,
well,
it
if you
is,
do, there's a PO here.
Okay.
That,
Yep.
when a bill comes in. So, anyways, we're gonna listen to it here,
Mm-hmm.
so, hopefully that is good, so. And just to give an update about the, Groton Community Club, they did approve the town getting the $100 from the
offset.
community club to help pay the propane. So that's great. It was dropped off today, so I'm ready. You'll see on the warrants to pay the propane. And they also are working on getting their insurance in line to be able to have the hall for chicken pie supper. So they sent me one insurance certificate, but there's a few things that are just not quite right. So I've sent it back and asked if they can, the example I have is what VLCT sends. So if they can try to get the levels, there was just one that was a little different. So Dwayne Smith, I believe, is the one working on it, so he said he would work on it. So they definitely have something already, but they just need to tweak this
Tweak it,
one.
yeah.
So I thought that was good news. So the fire department and the tire debacle. I mean, I don't know what happened from September 2nd to Monday. No PO was ever dropped off for an amount like that.
Well, the thing is, the problem is trying to find people that had the tire, because the fire department requested winter tires, and that's what they want specifically. So to find a tire, like Harold's having trouble, we had the same problem trying to find specific people that would supply us, and
Right.
VIP was the only one that had that particular, for the tires for that truck, so, for the R1. So, and then all of a sudden, steady goes down, and, I thought that we always had an account with them down here, but apparently we didn't. And that's where the hangup was.
Yeah. And there was no PO in my office for it,
No.
for that amount, for anything. I knew tires were being looked at,
Yeah, well-
but I hadn't heard anything from
Yeah,
September
well,
2nd.
The thing
So-
is we were waiting till the last minute to find out if there's any other tire companies that would have to, because of the amount, we were waiting for the quotes to come in, and once we only had just down to that one, we had a couple quotes, well, then basically it came down to what we were looking for. We went with it, and we were surprised that they had ordered they could order the tires and get here as quick as they did, because everything else has been, you
Yeah,
hurry
so-
up and wait.
So Sean, had called me, and then I had called Debbie, and, so just was surprised that there was no PO, and Zach called me and signed it over the
Verbal.
phone, and I said, send me an email too, so I printed it, it's all approved. So, just anything over $500 is supposed to be pre-approved before actually even ordering. So, unless it's an emergency, and I don't know if this really was, because you talked about it September 2nd, and here we are Monday the 13th. There's lots of days.
Yeah, well, that's because, again, waiting for, these companies don't care whether you have a rescue unit or not. I mean, that didn't seem to be a priority with them. It's just, because they don't, a lot of them don't hold inventory anymore. So they have to order the stuff. So that's where the hang up is.
Well, I just was, I was trying to help Sean down there, and I was trying to open up the account, and the account is still not open. I have to deal with somebody in Maine, and they said they were gonna send me the paperwork. They never sent it that day. I called the next morning, they still hadn't sent it. They did send it, I sent it back, and I called the next day to find out where we were. He said he doesn't know, we have to go to Maine, so I had an email, and I emailed her, and she said she's still working on it, this could take 5 days. So it's, a process to open an account, but we can go and buy something, and especially where it's in New Hampshire, there's no sales tax where the real issue is. But I did just want to get the purchase policies out again, just so you guys have it handy, that, if I had the PO in front of me, it would have helped me understand what was happening. And I felt bad for Sean that we weren't able to. He was gonna walk in and pick up something that was $1,400. It wasn't a company we ever dealt with.
It's one of these deals where you got a rescue vehicle, we're trying to get back on the road, and trying to get an idea of what the fire department wants to, and trying to get a rescue unit back up. So.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Anyways.
Hungry?
No.
I just ate something. Anyways.
So, I just appreciate, I look like the bad person, not being able to help Steady when he's standing there embarrassed that he can't pick up the tires. And I'm just trying to follow the policy that is set, and I felt a little bad, and then I'm kind of looked at as bad, not.
No, we had a discussion the other night about it.
Yeah.
And some of them think, you can just put the thing in and get it. I said, no, I said, it's over $500. We gotta get it, we has to be pre-approved, so.
And Zach did come that night and signed payroll, and I think which he doesn't often come that night to sign, so he might have been looking for the PO to sign as well, but it came the next day, and he hasn't come back in. So, but it's all approved, all ready to go. I have the check, I'll give it to you. You guys can go get it. Just,
So, all right.
Okay, so thank you. If you recall, early spring, I applied for the recreational facilities grant to help with the ball fields. The Frost Field and Puffer Field needs material and other grand wish lists. We just put it all in there. And I did just hear back that we were awarded $5,000. So that's nice. What
was the price for the fencing from
11.
11.
Half of it.
So, we do have to have a discussion about this because, we have to spend $5,000 to get the $5,000. So, our project is like $10,000 worth. So we just need to decide what's needed. The kids are not using Puffer Field because of the wet. So we're talking to Nate Ruggles, Nate Sinclair, Seacard, sorry. While he was here doing the project, I was talking with him, and he actually went up and looked at it and gave some good tips on what could happen to help reduce that.
Puffers.
Yes, up at Puffers, to help reduce the wet, so the field will be used. Because we were hearing that the kids aren't using it because of the wet. So I don't really know. We were looking at one of the wishes is to have a little tiny shed to store the rakes, the bases, the trash can, the shovels, anything in there.
Like a little maintenance shed.
Yeah, very tiny.
I think what we came up with was about $17,000 with that backstop, the curved backstop at Frostfield.
Crossfield.
The balls wouldn't go into the cars and stuff if it had a little fancier one than a straight one was somebody's thought. So we were just thinking that we need a direction what way to go. So 17,000 would get, let's just say everything except for the water, the drainage. We have 5,000 in the budget right now that can be used under town property maintenance, and then the 5,000 from the grant would give us 10. It can overlap into next year. We can budget for, the rest, the 7 or whatever we want to do, a little chunk of it or something, and put her away. Some of it was material for both infields. Lisa got an invoice for what they do at South Rygate Field. Someone comes in, it's a special conditioner to the dirt, to the infield. They spread it, they do everything. They line the foul lines. One other little thing. No, that included delivery and doing everything. And that was $1,100. So, that was one idea, to do that to both fields.
I think that at least needs to be done.
Yeah.
Try to help.
And then bleachers, a couple sets of bleachers for each field. Frostfield needs a team benches. And then, the big one would have been the backstop for Frostfield. But then it also boils back down to drainage or something at Pufferfield. Nate thought as simple as a few little ditches, the whole field sloped this way, but then comes back, and that's where it all settles in right field. So I don't know if...
I think that'd probably be, I guess in my mind, fixing the drainage at Puffer's Field would be a project in of itself.
Yeah.
Because it's probably be a bigger project. The softball teams use Puffer's Field still, don't they? Or do they just use it at Labor Day weekend? Or?
Just Labor Day is all I saw this year, but...
Yeah.
One person's thought was to ditch from the low spot where it goes back up high, and somehow get that water to just drain off that low spot.
Yeah.
Just to try to help it. Did he say 2 feet, or did he not say that far to ditch?
No, he didn't say how deep. But it didn't need like stone lined or anything.
He really didn't think...
place to catch the water and send it towards the river.
He really didn't think it was going to be bad. It's just, you gotta find how to do it.
Yeah, drain that field.
So, I don't know what you want to do. If you want to tell me what to do and I can get you prices, I don't know.
I like the idea of fixing up the ball fields. I know Frost Field is used every year with Little League, so getting that fixed up.
One other thing, sorry to interrupt, is ARPA. There is a little, how confusing the whole thing is, but I was rereading it again today. There is a recreational piece to it, very hidden, very, just not very clear on exactly how it can be used. So I sent an email off to the person for the ARPA questions. I haven't heard back yet. And I just said, can we use ARPA money to fix up town-owned baseball fields? I just wrote, town-owned baseball field. Can we use it for upgrades, maintenance? And I just figured I'd just ask it as simple as that and see if they can have a cut and dry answer.
Yes, no, or...
Yeah, because then we could maybe just allocate $10,000 for ARPA just to finish the rest of this grant.
Yeah.
A little bit of town money and the rest of it grant and ARPA.
With a $5,000 grant, I'm in favor, especially being a 50-50 match, I'm in favor of taking advantage of it. I like the idea of doing the $17,000 over the 2 years, budgeting the extra 7 for next year's.
The backstop and all that would never happen until next year,
Anyways,
Back there. So
That's not
We're
gonna be
thinking the material could come this fall, and it might be, instead of in the spring when it's going to be used right away.
Yeah.
So if we could try to get the material done, I'm waiting to hear from this guy, but...
or even order the actual just pieces like bleachers, things like that just need to be ordered. Could happen now.
Yeah. You might be 4 months out getting them.
Right,
Maybe next spring before you get them.
Yeah, yeah,
which is fine, but just,
yeah.
we still can,
I think if you can do a little bit, whatever you can do for the frost field and what you can do for the puffer field with what we got. And the high price items that we need, we're gonna have to kind of put them on the back burner until we can get, it's just trying to get the simple maintenance part of it done so they can be able to use the fields.
yeah.
So, and I think that's the way to approach it. So whatever it is that needs to be, kind of alluded to that with the benches and stuff and the soil, whatever needs to be for the ball field and small things like items like that. I think is what we need to go for now. And like I say, by the time we get it all ordered, it'll be spring again. It'll be spring anyways by the time we get stuff ordered.
And then we'll know about ARPA too,
Yeah.
if we can.
Better, yeah.
Take a little over that.
Okay, that's great, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if that answered your question or not.
I think so.
Okay, all right.
Okay, then we just need to be thinking about preparing bids for cemetery mowing, the cleaning, and the audit. That we want those figures before the end of the year so we can have it for the budget. And the cleaning company is really doing well. I've checked in with Jody at the library. We're very happy here. I've asked them to do a couple different things and they have had no problem doing it, and I haven't noticed a change in their invoice to do these couple little things. And I think they're doing fine up in the gym. So I was gonna propose to do a 3-year bid for the cleaning, hoping that we're happy with them,
Yeah.
that they would bid, but
Yeah, and they're here every week, and
They are.
because I usually sometimes stop in on Friday. One of the guys, he scared me half to death because I came in a little later,
Yeah.
and the office lights was on. I said, "Why is the office lights on?" So I
Yeah.
come in, door's locked. So I said, "Somebody accidentally
Left the light
left
on.
lights." So I went in and shut the lights on, and I heard a honk. Oh, like I said, "Okay, what's going on here?" Turn the light back on. Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
And he was cleaning, so I said, "Oh, I'm sorry."
yeah, I think it's the husband. He
Yeah.
does come at night. I've driven by after
Yeah,
a night
yeah,
out, and I
and
come by and I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, he kind of startled me a little bit. I usually, I don't expect anybody to be in the same, but anyways.
So I'll start working on those, and I can try to dig out the cemetery one, Aaron.
You find- yeah, if
See
you
what we
can.
did, and then you can look at it and
Yeah, I
we can
appreciate
tweak
that.
it.
Yeah.
So Ruggles was here, Nate was here on Monday and Tuesday, 2 full days, working. The pipe is across the road on 302. He really hadn't planned on staying the 2 full days. But it was quite a process, what was happening, what they were finding, and some questions arose, so it was good that he stayed. He was able to answer them. I don't know if you want to know stuff. He told me a few things. They found clay pipe and was able to put this new pipe under the clay pipe and not touch the clay pipe so it didn't crack. I don't know. He was very happy that they were able to get it underneath there just fine, and but he said it was a very tough job, and the money that we paid really was worth it, because he really was having trouble with that amount. But so he was very happy. He stayed 2 days, and he really they didn't need him every second, so he came in the office a few times and he walked around, really was looking at the drainage, while there were 2 beautiful days, and he was walking.
Counted all the blocks.
See all the different kinds that we had, because I think there's 3 different kinds.
Yeah.
And so he's thinking of all his suggestions on how to go finish phase 1 and start phase 2. So, and he did touch on the right-of-way for Mill Street. We don't know if we need it or not. It just depends on.
Yeah, he thinks there's enough space, depending on it being 2-rod or 3-rod, but he said even if it was 2 rods, to go down the side of Mill Street and then eventually cross over and do it.
So he's gonna stay on the left side of the road and then cross over to the other side.
I mean, I guess we probably might still need one, but he almost thinks it can all be done in the town's right away.
So, okay. Because that brings up the thing, I was just calling because the fire department has, according to Aaron, I think they're right, Dorothy did find that. That the fire department does have the right of way to be able to use that down the end of Mill Street for fire purposes, for being able to draft water out of the river, so. But there's no, they're gonna have to talk to the people about getting an easement to do that, to put in that drain, whatever they need that, for the drain that goes in, because they have to do something special. They just can't just run the pipe into the river. There's gotta be some,
You would think it'd have to catch into something, but wait.
Yeah, you're talking about this, not fire.
no, I'm just saying the difference because, I don't think, because the town will have
Well,
the,
I think Nate knows. what
Yeah.
it's supposed to
Yeah,
do.
it's not just gonna go right into the river, it's gonna have its
no,
own.
it's gonna have a catch basin or something, sediment.
I think she's
catch-
gotta go into a ditch and then go into the river. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's what we're paying them.
So, I'll be anxious to see all his different ideas, and hopefully I'll have it for the next select board meeting, just to start thinking
Okay.
about that and the next steps. And I guess that's it.
All right.
I do have items in here, but
What was the other two, what are the other two? You had the cleaning bit,
Cemetery.
Cemetery.
in the town audit
Oh, that's
is
right.
done, so we need to put that out.
What about the town report?
No, remember we realized
Is
that
that-
the
okay,
amount
we
is
did-
so
okay,
low, it's
yeah.
not
Oh, okay.
required.
Yeah, right. All right.
So I'm still gonna work
No.
with Repro.
Yeah.
She's lovely to work with, and we understand how it all goes,
Works,
but
yeah.
Debbie would know, and I
Yeah.
think we'll keep it
Yeah,
that way,
it's a
right?
process. They were aware that it worked good, so, yeah. All right, good enough, thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa. Treasurer, town clerk, I'm sorry.
Okay. So I think everyone got the complaint from Windsor Lane, crossbow shooting.
Yes.
So Jim happened to be in the office, so I talked to him about it. I think he was on the email too, but he hadn't seen it yet. And so he went down. We got another email back saying, she was thankful that Jim stopped down. But I never saw Jim again to know what,
I talked to Dan Webster, because I had to talk to him on a different issue. Because he had told me something about one of the other neighbors about a fire pit. I said, yeah, I already took care of that. I had to inspect a fire pit. Somebody,
Yeah.
so they could burn whatever they wanted, a little brush and stuff that, and I dealt with that. And I says, and of course, this individual also has a bow and shooting in the same area. So I assumed it was the person. Come find out, it wasn't the person.
dear.
So
Dan was going to go talk to.
they said the issue's all settled. Dan.
Okay,
that's what
so
Dan-
I didn't hear back from him.
Yeah.
He had
And,
left and
he
said
said-
he'd stop on his way home and.
Yeah, he said it was all to him. According to Dan, it was all taken care of. So.
Yeah, because there isn't an ordinance only just on shooting.
Shooting
Yeah.
inside.
Well, what happens is people try to use that gray area because there's no using firearms within the safety zone of the town. While technically, a crossbow, because more people are using crossbows because they changed the age limit, that is a firearm. I mean, it can, but again, unless they get technical about what determines a firearm, what doesn't, there's that gray area. So the only thing is, my understanding is using a firearm is because of the noise and also what comes out of the end of the barrel. But
Well,
you get
I think all it took was Dan just kind of common courtesy to not shoot towards your neighbors.
yeah,
Shoot towards a safe.
the safe zone.
Zone.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will end that.
The other individual, while I was right there checking his out, and he's safe. There's no way he's gonna, he's in a safe area. And it's all woods and trees and where he's shooting downhill, so where his target is, if it goes through the target, it's gonna hit the ground anyway. So it isn't even gonna go out in the woods, so he all checked out, so.
Okay, so I'll probably see Dan next week
Yeah.
and I can touch base on that.
Yeah.
And then the complaint on Minard Hill Road, don't know if that.
A dog complaint?
Yeah. Sent you
Yes,
the email.
I talked to Dan about that too. He's got pictures and to make a long story short, of course, the dogs are being, they are being taken care of according to the state. They need to be, they gotta have shelter, fed, water. It meets all the requirements. The only hiccup was that the woman that purchased the dog was taking pictures. And I said, Dan, I says, that right there is illegal. That would get thrown out of court in a heartbeat. And I said, did she ask permission to take pictures? And I said, did you ask permission to take? No. Okay, you can't, that ain't gonna fly. I said, the judge will throw that right out of court. So if you got any other evidence, because he even had a veterinarian come in, I think it was Chris, the one down in Oxbow.
Yeah.
And said that, either him or another vet said that they checked the dog over, and they said there was nothing wrong with the dog. The dog was healthy. It was fed. There was nothing there to cite that it was being abused or anything. So the only thing they had the complaint was the conditions, and other than that, there really isn't.
And Michelle Boyer was contacted too by the person,
Yeah.
because she's the one who first reached out
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
But
So I don't.
I don't know where it can go, but it's
I don't
not.
I mean, I think it's so, because it's such it's one of them areas where you can't, you gotta be careful, you don't step over the bounds. Then you start, I guess if the dogs are being taken care of, that's a done issue. But I don't know, I'm not, I don't
I mean,
know.
if no one else is complaining, then nothing's going to stem from it anyway.
No, so, I could talk to him, but I don't know where that would go. And I don't want to stir up any more than what it already, I don't want to get any more things going than have to, so, if I don't have to. So, it does, I mean, unfortunately, these things happen, so,
Okay, so that's all I have for the complaints for this week.
we are making progress, okay? Yeah.
I did update the zoning permit application. Dana and I talked about having that little piece in there that when people sign off, they're approving him coming out to their property to check it out. So that part is done. And there is the Republican and Democratic caucuses been scheduled. This is the time of year and the deadlines are coming up. So the Republicans are 9/18 this Saturday at noon right here. And then the 23rd, the Democratic caucus is upstairs in the gym at 7:30. Just putting that out there.
Good.
I got an email from the state about elections. They're sending brand new tabulators to all the towns to have tabulators. So everyone will have the same one and the latest one. Some people have ones that are, 15 years old. So they're upgrading all of them, no charge. So like between now and town meeting, it'll be all
So the
sorts of
tabulator we
training.
had for a year is-
Well, I'm wondering if that's the one.
Yeah.
But I actually don't think it is, because they put something in there saying they hadn't picked a vendor yet.
Huh.
So it
Yeah.
could be a different one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is, kind of made me think, geez, we just got used to this one. But, so they said everyone should be up and ready. They want everyone by this town meeting, so it'll be a lot between now and
They're
then.
gonna have to get moving with it.
They're not forcing every town to get one.
Yeah.
It's just the towns that already have one will get a new one.
New one, yeah, well,
So,
they're gonna get a new one,
I mean, everyone having the same one, I mean, that obviously does make sense.
yeah. Keeps everybody on the same page, yeah. Okay,
So I believe that is all I have.
Thank you, Karen.
well, thank you.
Thank you.
Assistant Assessor, Dorothy's usually here, she's not here.
Should send an email either.
No,
No, she told us she wasn't coming. I guess I could say we've got the new copier printer. I actually don't know 100% if it got fixed to Dorothy's computer, but, which is fine. A lot of it it's mostly going to be me anyway. But, so I've started using it and scanning the surveys in, so that is working. There's like 450 of them, so it'll take a little while, but
Be a little bit.
it's not bad. I've been trying to just any downtime do a couple at a time. So that'll be nice. I even had somebody in researching asking if the surveys were on PDF, and I was like, not yet.
Which one are you looking for?
So that, you know, I think that definitely will be good once it's all done. And then we can add some of the other maps that Dorothy has too, some of the paper ones, not all the Mylars. But it works pretty easily, so it's nice. You can scan it. I have a folder. You can go right to your email. You can make a copy of it. You can make a copy on 8x11. You can make a copy on the full size of what it is.
Yeah.
So it'll be handy.
How big is it? Is it 36-inch paper?
It's 24.
24.
So, but then any length.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh, wow. Huh,
Because on just a big roll of paper.
Yeah.
But then a spot where you can just put 8.5 by 11.
technology, I love it.
Yeah. So I think that's it for Dorothy.
Okay. Fire and fast, interesting. We just had a discussion. Yeah, we, rescue, we're trying to get, when one thing goes down, it seems like it all goes down. So we're trying to do multiple things and trying to get it up and running so we get it back on, back in service again. So I apologize for all the rigmarole, Lisa. It was just between the meeting and getting the fire department to determine what we needed for tires, going out trying to find the vendors, and then and it was a waiting game to get and nobody was making calls back, and it was just a nightmare. So I made the decision on the department to say, okay, well, this is a vendor we're going with, and because they're the only ones that had the winter tires that was what the fire department wanted. So of course, Wade Jr., he was running around with his head cut off, trying to get things pieced together. So so now hopefully we can get the tires picked up tomorrow. So because the inspection is Monday, so they got a lot of work to be done on that. It's going to be not only the tires have to be changed out, but there's lights that got to be fixed, and there's a harness for the trailer got to be put on. So hopefully we'll see what happens. So anything on
That side, no. I have to actually check with Brenda today before I left.
Did you go up to the trail run?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yep.
so that was all fast, right?
That
there, or-
was, yeah, we had, there was only 2 of us.
Oh, really?
That squad. Everybody else was, other people were out of town and other people were working somewhere else. We had an ambulance from Woodsville come up.
How was the run?
It was good. They had the highest amount of registered runners than they have yet. They had, I think, 137 signed up. But a lot of that was, they did a 6.2 mile run this year.
Oh.
So they had a 6.2, a 15.2, and a 26.9.
Wow.
So they had 50 people signed up for the 6.2, 50 for the 15, and then like 37 for the.
Wow.
So, but everything went good. I was actually talking with Mark, one of the coordinators there, and they've really been fortunate. The weather's always been really good on that trail run day, so cool and sunny,
Right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Good.
But yeah, everything went good.
Good.
Good. And I guess that's it on that. First constable, I don't have nothing from Jim. Other than, can't remember now. No. So, second constable, yeah, that's got to be, of course, being a second constable has to be voted on by the people, it can't be appointed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I think either Lisa or Carrie mentioned, somebody may mention.
Even an appointment in the middle of the term?
It's a little wishy-washy because there's no second constable right now this whole year anyway.
Yeah.
So it would be all new again. I think it's something that should wait anyway because he's not ready.
Yeah.
He's not 18.
And we have to do it, we have to think about the budget.
Yeah, and then
Right.
have some budget for him.
And he's got to go through all the testing. I mean, I think he'll do fine, but, right? He has to get it.
Well, the biggest thing is he's still, I think he turns 18.
In
He's still
October.
17.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest hiccup right now is his age. But apparently he has all the classwork time, I think everything's done, except him turning 18 to
I
lock it up.
thought, I wish Jim was here, because I think when he was in the office the other day, he said he would have to do, I don't think he said ride along, but.
No, but it is, yeah.
But it is, and it can't be
Yeah.
with Jim.
No, it has to be with somebody else. I remember we were discussing that
Yeah.
with Steady. He has to be a field training officer, an
Yes.
FTO
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
He has to do.
And I thought he was doing that with Washington County.
Not till he's 18.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe that's what he's waiting for.
yeah.
Yeah,
So he can't ride, he won't be
So-
able to ride it with anybody anyways until he's 18.
yeah. Can't do that till,
Yeah,
till he's
he can't-
18, then has to do, I forget how long, how many hours or whatever.
I know
but-
6 hours or something. I don't
I don't
remember.
know, but the FTO, yeah, he won't be able to do it until he's 18 anyway, so I think that's what his next step, I think is what he's waiting for, waiting for
Yeah.
to turn 18.
So did you send an appointment letter or anything? You did?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you should resend or call him or something, because I think it should be,
Yeah.
let him know this just,
Well, I can,
You know,
we
no
can-
budget.
I can have him, I can
'cause
message him.
right now, in my opinion, it's just an honorary position.
yeah.
It's not like we're not honestly expecting him to do anything at 17 years old anyways.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
think he understands.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean,
But
Just don't want him to get discouraged.
No,
No.
no,
Exciting
no.
that, you
I
know.
don't think, I think I can still touch bases with him.
Yeah, or go out there and try to do a constable
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
yeah.
Stop speeders.
Yeah,
If he's going through the training, he ought to know he can't do that.
Yeah, just watch too many movies, but anyways.
so yeah, I think maybe a phone call just to.
Yeah, so maybe make him.
And just let him know that, he'll run
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
position.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he'll have any problems, any issues,
Yeah.
so.
And then we
Alright.
can plan the budget and
Yeah.
stuff.
Anything with the library? You wipe anything on the
I
library?
don't think so.
No?
Haven't heard anything.
And I thought Dan was supposed to be here tonight, he said he was gonna be here. Zone administrator, did he have to say anything to you, other than what you guys already discussed about going on properties?
No, that's it. I mean, come in for a couple of permits, and we talked about that, talked about the dog, the goats,
Yeah. Yeah, we're still waiting. Right now, the goat issue is waiting on the person that he's gonna get for that. Is gonna take the goats she needs to get everything in order to be able to transport. Then take that next step, so. And I told
think it was
Bob-
still a little, not sure how many she was willing.
that was a big question, so.
But I think he felt whatever she was willing, that would be a
That's a
good
start.
step.
Yeah.
The
As long as she
thing,
doesn't bring more in.
Because this person
Like-
said, they would, eventually, the next, when she's ready to send another set, she would take those ones too.
yeah. There's some, I've already had, because I had talked to, and I might as well go right into the health officer's issue here. Because the issue of determining whether it was a public, because I had a little discussion with the state, and they told me, well, you got to determine whether it's a public health issue or private health issue. And I went over and talked to Dan again, because to get more, I understand where the state's coming from. He says, well, in this case, we're already solving the problem, so it would have been, it's a private issue, and we're already in the process of taking care of it, so you're all set. So, but I still I log in all the phone calls and everything else, just for the sake, in case they require
Something down the road, yeah, absolutely.
So, that's a work in progress. Dan said something about next week. Hopefully, something's gonna start happening, so, we'll see, so.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't think there's nothing else so far. I don't want to jinx myself, but there's nothing else so far. Maintenance, open septic bid. Here we go. I got one for Puffers Excavating, and that one's from
Ferguson Construction.
There was nothing else, no other bids that came in?
That was it.
That was it?
Dorothy wasn't here, I opened it the right way.
Zip. let you go first there.
I have a bid from Robert Ferguson, bid for septic system designed by Ruggles Engineering, including all materials and labor, for $31,450.
One from Matt Puffer Excavating. The installation of septic system at Groton Town Hall as per plan to be complete by the end of 2021. Equipment, labor, and materials, $49,500.
Is there any details with it?
And that's it.
Everything that's written on these we read to you.
Okay, all right.
What was Mr. Ferguson's?
It's $31,000.
And it says per the plan.
The bid
Yeah.
for septic system designed by Ruggles Engineering,
Yeah.
including all materials and labor.
My opinion is that's pretty well detailed and spelled out. He spelled it out, even though he has a low bid, but he did detail it out, what the plan was and what he's going by and the materials.
He did come in and Brent Smith was walking him around, showing him different, I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
You know, they walked all around.
Electrical, I think. they were.
Electrical, because there's a pump that's going on with this thing too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he was going to contact Tim Corey, who's been doing some of the electrical. So
Yeah.
I thought maybe there'd be more detail like with that in there, but I guess not.
No,
So
go ahead.
Yeah, no.
that's fine, I just didn't know how it
Well, I
worked.
would assume it includes it if it says.
It says including all materials and labor. So,
Okay.
Whatever's needed to get the septic up and running. includes
It's all,
electric.
it's inclusive, so I mean, that's what he's got for the bid, so.
yeah, I mean, I think we're lucky there are two contractors that are in town.
Yeah,
We're lucky we got two prices from both of them.
yeah.
I think that we're gonna have to go with, I would feel like Robert Ferguson.
Yeah.
He did done the work out here for us.
Yeah.
We were happy with the work that he'd done. Harold, you know both of these guys? You got an opinion one way or the other, or both do good work in your opinion?
They're all capable of doing it. I
Okay.
mean, there's prints, it was pretty spelled out,
Yeah.
so.
Well, I guess we're looking for a motion there.
I would make a motion to accept the bid from Robert Ferguson for the installation of the septic system for the town building for $31,450.
And I'll second it. Any other discussion? Okay. Here none, call the vote. All those in favor of Robert Ferguson for a bid of $31,450 to do the town septic system, the town buildings septic system and design
And fire department.
and the
right?
fire department. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Okay, so. Mr. Ferguson?
So, you know, we have set aside the 40,000 to do
Yep,
these projects.
yep,
This is gonna make it over.
yep. So. So it is what it is.
Okay.
So I can give him a call and,
So you'll contact Robert?
I'll give him a call.
Okay, great.
Let him know.
And, you know, when Brent and Robert were here, they, you know, said when they do it, or when he does it, if he got it, whatever, when the work is getting done, offices would have to be closed for public. Like Carrie and I could probably,
Yeah.
we can still work, but we'd have to go somewhere if we have to use the facilities.
I was gonna say, there's also gonna be a
Yeah.
period of time where you're not.
Yeah, right. So, you know, I just asked it not to be done that last week of November 5th, collecting taxes.
Yeah.
I have to be able to get people in here that week, so then it has to be done before, or or after, and we'll make it work, so people will be able to drop it off, and we'll figure it out. But I didn't think it sounded very long.
No, and I mean, the ramp, I think, did they?
Right, well, I think we talked about that after, we could use the ramp, and we could figure it out, so.
We'll be fine, it'll just be, people coming if it's the last week of taxes would be tough.
It'll be just about the time they're getting finished up with the project with 302.
Well, one problem I see is gonna wait too long, is you're not gonna be able to get blacktop to fill in the parking lot.
To patch up the,
It doesn't, Roberts doesn't say a time frame?
no, there's no time
Okay, so
frame.
maybe when you ask them, maybe bring that up about the paving,
Yeah, I think
whatever.
Matt was the only one that had it.
By 2020.
By the end.
2021, by the end of the year, I don't think there's nothing on Roberts. No, there's nothing on his. So, if there's there's a start time as soon as he wants to start, or is that, okay.
I thought we were waiting till after fall foliage day.
Yeah, I think he knows that, that's just 2 weeks away, I can't imagine him come tomorrow.
Well, just because the question is, there's no doubt the question is going to arise, so, you want to wait till after the foliage.
Yeah, remind him of that. Smart.
All right, anything else pertaining to maintenance?
Did I have, so plumbing and heating, that Garrett Akins, he called, and he's coming on Tuesday, the 21st at 12:30-ish to check out our systems and then go into the fire department because there's a leak. Dorothy's going to be here, so she'll let him in and show him what the situation is, so a perfect time to go look at that. Corey Electric, Tim Corey was here, updated some more lights, and we're having the gym bathroom lights on all the time up there, so he adjusted the motion, so hopefully it won't be on, but we went up and it was still on.
He did put a switch on the water fountain, the bubbler, because that breaker was shut off the hall, because the hall light was doing the same thing, it was just on. No, it was the bubbler that was running nonstop.
Right.
So the breaker was shut off, but that actually went to the backup battery for the emergency lights.
Okay.
So he turned that back on and put a toggle switch underneath the bubbler, so everything is on. The fountain's not going, but you can just flick that button on and it'll go. But yeah, we noticed the bathroom lights when we got into the gym. You look down that hall and you can see the bathroom lights are on. So he said if that didn't work, he'd eventually come back and just make it manual switches. Because I said, if someone leaves a light on, it'll be no different than what's been happening.
Right.
And I even had somebody say to me after they rented the hall that, they said, I just couldn't get the bathroom lights to shut off. So, does throw people off that you can't, they never shut off.
Yeah. And, the way it is right now, if we put a manual switch in there and somebody leaves a light on over the weekend, the light's been on for 7 years.
Right. And he did, the motion light for the ramp wasn't working, so he swapped that out, so we got a new one, so that should be working. We don't leave very often at night.
I checked it the other,
And it was working?
when I came down at night
it worked this
to do
morning.
the flag, I
Okay,
backed up next to it and it went on.
I'm heading to work at 5, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was working.
All right, good.
Another thing to talk to Garrett, because the septic system is going to be worked on.
Yeah.
He may, because I think we're going to have to end up doing new plumbing as far as the septic into that. He needs to, he'll look at it, but.
Yeah, it depends if it comes straight out the building, he can just.
Well, I was gonna give him one of the plans.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, what, do you want, can you come and meet with them, or
I won't be able to, but.
can you think about what the questions are, or?
I don't know if Garrett will be involved with the septic installation,
Okay.
because that's all outside of the building.
Yeah, I know
So
Robert.
you're not changing anything inside the building, so.
Yeah.
it's,
Okay.
Yeah, he should.
But I plan to let him know that that's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Just
let
so
him,
he
yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
We're also gonna talk to him about this pump here under the sink. It does not work properly. It's, because it has to pump the water through the sink, pumps it up and out.
Yeah.
So it waits so long for it to fill up, and then once it finally clicks, it's like too late, and the water just pours out of that thing onto the floor.
Yeah, probably should just need to adjust the floats.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they need to go down here instead of being.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, anything else on the maintenance? All right. IT, anything on the IT?
No, I guess just the printer there that we talked about, so that's good.
And Gary had a terrible time. He was cleaning off Dorothy's twice.
Dorothy's wouldn't connect to it for some
Right,
reason.
and then he had to add it all back, and then he did that twice. And then he said, well, I'm gonna try another computer. So he tried assistant treasurer computer, wiped it all out, went to put it back on, didn't work. But then he said after many hours, I think he said he thinks he fixed it. So, and I haven't heard Dorothy say anything, but,
I don't know if she's tried
I
it.
don't know if she's trying, but I think it's working, connected
But
now.
it went on mine fine, so.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Planning Commission, anything on here on the Planning Commission? They haven't got me back for rescheduling to meet with them, so at some point, so.
They're meeting next week,
Is
Thursday night.
it Thursday? Yeah. Okay. NEK, anything,
Nope, Mike just wanted that on there in
Yeah.
case something came up. And
okay. And dog ordinance, there we go. This is what we're looking for.
thought I brought that with
I looked it over and thought everything was in place until I got to the last page. I guess I have a question. I guess my question is, it had to deal with about three-quarters of the way on that paragraph. It was highlighted on the section 11, right to request a hearing and notice of violation. It talks about a statement that a respondent violator has a right to a hearing before the legislative body, a description of the procedures for the requesting a hearing. Now, is that something the select board has to come up, is that something that has to be, I don't know what do we have a procedures in place that, what we understand, depending on what the violation is, what they're here, but is there,
Well, I think the procedure would be, probably reaching out to me to say this person wants a hearing, so they would say, I'd like a hearing about this, and then I would reach out to you guys and, we'd coordinate a date and time.
okay. Because I think they're looking for something in writing. I think that's what the thing is. Because somebody will definitely want a list of, it's almost like an agenda type setup that, we understand that if they're coming for the violation, we got the whole thing written out with the violations, this and that about violations. But I guess they're looking at, somebody may ask a question about the procedure. Okay, well, how are you going to proceed with this? Okay, and like you said, Gary, you would probably be the initial one. Everything would have to, as Gavin Reed had said, that things would have to be sent out by mail, not email. He said that email's a no-no. Everything should be sent out by mail or certified mail. And so that's kind of the thing I'm looking for, is the procedure,
I mean, that's in here earlier, all that by letter and certified, and I won't be able to find it now, but that was in here earlier.
Penalties and costs.
B on section 3, impoundment. Section 8 talks about give notice to the owner therefore,
Notice of impoundment.
yeah, by telephone or by regular mail, postage, prepaid. I don't know.
That's for the grounds of impoundment.
Right,
Yeah. That's, you know, basically, it's something like that in writing.
Thank you, Sean.
I mean, this is the one that Gavin sent back, so.
Yeah. I just,
With it. I said Gavin should be comfortable with that.
yeah, I mean, I just had that question because
Right here.
somebody will definitely,
Certified receipt.
I guess it's just a matter of a list of, you know, it's almost like the list for the, from the Orange Book on how to throw up, class 4 roads, you know? This is a procedure, A, B, 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 C, D, D, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the procedure is kind of different than policy or ordinance,
Yeah,
so that could be a separate thing that's written up on what our procedure is.
yeah, I'm just
For
saying,
a hearing.
yeah. Yeah, because the question definitely will be raised. I know, I can tell you right now, if we don't have it, somebody will make a question of it. I mean, they will ask a question of it, so. That was kind of the only hiccup I could see out of the whole thing. Everything else is looking good, so. But that was the one point I had concern about.
Yeah, I think Carrie makes a point. I think one place that we could catch that is having a policy on how the select board handles a hearing. You know, if it's a hearing between two disputed parties, then this and this will happen, and, you know.
Yeah, I guess he just has it under this protective order under section 9. That's where I'm seeing that the order will be sent by certified mail, return receipt requested.
Okay, he says.
But that's, yeah, different than what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's embedded in the whole document, but it's not really clear and concise. Like you've got a list that says, okay, this is first step, second step, third. You know, contact town clerk, then certified mail goes out. Date set by select board for the hearing, and then you get the, of course, then you get the hearing procedures they have to have. So.
So, I mean, any notice of violation will include a statement that the respondent violator has a right to a hearing.
Yeah.
Description of the procedures for requesting a hearing, a statement that failure to request a hearing means there's no appeal, an indication as to what must be done to comply. I mean, that's something that, you know,
Yeah.
can write up separate on what our procedure will be.
Yeah. Because the last thing I want to have happen is have to go through, well, where's your procedures?
Yeah.
You know, and even though they are embedded in here, okay, well, walk me through it. You know, so that's the hiccup.
So like we're saying, though, the ordinance is separate from the procedure.
Yeah.
So you can still write up the
Yeah.
procedure.
Oh, yeah, I still read the procedure.
And then
Yeah.
can still adopt the ordinance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying that was only, out of the whole ordinance, that was a
That was,
hiccup.
yeah.
That was the hiccup.
That was kind of the thing
They
that
really
caught your
didn't-
attention.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have any, I'm good with it, so.
I guess I will make a motion to adopt an updated dog ordinance.
Okay, I second it. Any discussion? Okay. Hearing none.
There's been plenty of discussion.
Yes, I understand.
I mean, we can wait till the next meeting. I mean, it's, you know, we've
I don't-
gone this long and
Yeah,
we
I
wanna
mean, I
work on
think,
getting it just right. Just putting it out there.
Do you think that we could add more to it, Carrie, or?
I mean, I guess it's whatever way you want to look at it is, do you want to do a separate procedure, like you're saying, some sort of guidelines on what we do when a complaint comes in? You know, this is our ordinance, this is what the rules are, this is what we follow, but this is what we do when we get a complaint.
Well, I think the ordinance has the teeth in it, that there was, that others, some of them, you know, Dan was saying that what the animal control officer, what they're looking for is the teeth to something, and this is it. So as far as the procedures go, as long as we keep in our mind that we got to do up procedures, they're in here, but it's just, they're just embedded, you got to look for them.
The other thing we can do is we can adopt this tonight and update it,
Yeah,
you know, amend it next week. You know,
Just
to-
have a procedure.
yeah, we just have the procedure.
Yeah,
separate
a separate document.
Separate, yeah, exactly.
A separate document that goes, just, that ties it, just.
Because once we adopt this, then the whole procedure of adopting ordinance is going to begin. So I don't think we can amend, I mean, we can amend it and start the whole thing
Yes,
over.
well, I mean, yeah,
But
once it's
we're going to
all
put it in the
adopted.
newspaper, you know,
Yeah.
everything's going to start happening now, once you adopt this.
Yeah, yeah, but like I say, the procedure is just is a minor thing, just to, what it is it tells us, okay, this is how we've got to do
Right.
this. And because it's what would, Gavin Reed would call due process. And that's where we failed on the last time with the other dog, because we didn't do the due process, because there was no written list of
You're right, what we
requirements
do.
about
Yeah.
how to do it.
So that's why I think them being two separate things is fine.
Yeah,
Because the
that'd be
procedure
fine.
is more really
Yeah.
for what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is the dog ordinance.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But the procedures, we just have to keep it in the back of our mind that we have to have a procedure, because they can still nail us on due process if we don't do, I mean, the ordinance is fine, but the due process to get it
Right,
there.
but- and now we know
Yeah.
whether we've got it written or not, we do know
Yeah.
what procedure we're going to do if
Yeah.
one comes in tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, so,
But I think, you know, the point where I'll tiptoeing around is that the four of us, the five of us, the seven in the room know. But 8 years from now.
Right. No,
If
I
it's
know.
not written down,
Right. We need
you
to-
know, like, then, you know, the next board will have the whole problem over again with. But if we do have a policy on how to move forward with hearings, you know.
you know, I mean, that, of course, that's not getting into another subject, but that's different than the hearing, the process of the hearing, what goes through in the hearing, so I'm not gonna worry about that now, but it's just mainly, we just, you know, we get this adopted, get this going, and we can work on the procedures and have that, just basically tag it to this.
Yeah.
so.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Any other more discussion? Hearing none? Call the vote. All those in favor of the motion to adopt the Town of Groton ordinance regulating dog and wolf hybrid ordinance, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, signify, same sign. Just a side note, Zach had said, the other board member had said that he went along with it, he didn't see no problem with it. He was in favor of it, so just so we make a note of that the other board member did.
So I have the next step. Now, this is what will go into the paper.
And they have to sign the ordinance, right?
Yeah.
Do we
But
have
this-
of the ordinance?
So that is just an example of what we'll put into the newspaper.
Yep.
You don't have to put the whole ordinance in, you
No,
just tag
just-
each thing.
Just the item sections, yeah.
Here's the clean ordinance.
Consign.
I guess you can put the date in there, dump it right there.
Today's what, 16th?
I'll leave it out present.
Yeah.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Gary. All right. Dog ordinance taken care of. That was a long time going. Okay. Not as long as the railroad bed, but anyways.
I don't know, I just came on to the end of the railroad bed, so it didn't take long at all.
Well, you should have been at the end. Anyways, town park, garbage. Oh, that again.
So, Ben mows the town park and
Yeah.
he's been suffering all summer with all the garbage. And he came in, one day this week, very upset that there's so much garbage. And he said he just wants something to happen.
Yeah.
He's picking up so much garbage.
There are garbage cans down there?
No.
Okay,
No,
well, I
those
guess
are-
that's probably the place to start. I mean,
But you'd have to, so you'd have to
Who's gonna pick
secure
them
it.
up?
I mean, I could Ben when he goes through, I mean, we have,
I think that discussion needs, he's not, I don't know. You have to see if he wants to pick up the garbage in the cans.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's worth
he's
a try. The other issue's gonna be people just dumping their garbage
Yeah.
in.
That's what's gonna happen.
But
Then you gotta figure out a way to secure them so the garbage cans don't go legs and walk off.
Yeah, but they've got municipal park garbage cans all over the place.
Thought they were kind of taken away several years ago when, recycling came
Yeah,
really
I don't
big.
know why it's probably the reason they got taken away is the discussion we're having right now.
Yeah, I
Is who's
mean, I
gonna
just
take-
remember
yeah.
when Steve and I were working on the park, Steve was the one going down emptying those maggot-filled garbage
Yeah.
cans. They're absolutely disgusting. And he'd bring it up and put it in the town, but
Yeah.
get them from there to here is pretty gross. And they were full.
Yeah.
So I just think that would have to be a weekly job, and who is that gonna be?
Okay, so if we don't put garbage cans up, how do we deal with the garbage down there
I don't
then?
know, I was thinking,
We can put a sign up, let's start with a sign.
the signs that we had were taken down.
Okay,
So we should make more signs.
yeah,
And then I thought maybe Jim could park down there once in a while, like in the afternoon after school's out. And maybe walk around and say, we're having a little trouble with garbage. Just remember to pick up after yourself. A nice conversation like that, maybe in uniform, maybe, if it's kids or whatever, it might.
It's a good job, Mike, for Mikey.
not yet.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Until you can put a badge on. Yes, you're right though, yeah.
So I just, he was really fed up. He's run over many things that then sprayed all over him when he was mowing.
Yeah.
And it was pretty awful. And so I said I would get it on the agenda and try to talk about it for him. But, he does a lot for us,
Yeah.
so I hate to have him be upset.
I don't know what to tell you. Like I say, put the garbage cans up, somebody's got to deal with the garbage.
Yeah.
And I don't have anybody in mind at this particular juncture that would,
Nobody wants to pick up garbage.
Right.
That's why they pay people to do it. Yeah, and I don't, Myers isn't gonna stop.
I don't think so.
not something like that, they won't.
I bet our local guy down here would pick it up. On the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, no doubt. I don't know if coming from the select board, I don't know if he'd be very receptive, but,
And you could probably get Donald to grab it on his way through, but how long are you counting on that to happen?
I don't know what to say.
I guess a sign and request the constable to go down there after school sometime, and I guess it's a place to start. I don't know if they make better tamper-proof signs, tamper-resistant signs now, Harold, yeah.
They find a way still.
Yeah. You can always put up a fake camera. Talked about that before.
Well,
I mean,
the
that's,
only question-
put up a sign that says, premises is,
Being videoed?
yeah.
Yeah. That was my next thing, yeah, you gotta have signs up to say that you're videoing, and I'm thinking, okay, you lost the element of surprise.
All right, well, I'll work on maybe making and laminating some signs, or do you want order metal signs, or
Order metal signs.
metal signs? Okay. So
Yeah.
Harold's our sign guy.
Good luck getting signs. I ordered signs a month and a half ago, still haven't seen them.
Oh, really? From the jail? Really?
I mean, we could laminate a couple and put them on
Get
the
it
side of
Until
the
then.
gazebo or something,
Yeah.
that's
Until
somewhere
then,
down there,
yeah.
down below, too.
There's a start until we can figure out what to do next, so,
Okay.
all right.
And then one of you will talk to Jim?
Yeah, I guess I could talk to
I
you.
can reach out to him.
Okay, you go ahead, because I gotta go.
Yep.
All right, we're down to open to the public and other business. Do we have anything out there?
Phyllis Burke called. She lives right below the church.
Yeah.
And Methodist Church, and she asked about the drain on Mill Street across from the tractor garage. Has that been cleaned out? Because it seems to be plugged. It's on her side of the road, and it's like an old drain. And I don't know if these get cleaned out ever. I don't know. Is that something?
The bridges get washed off in the spring usually. I don't.
Not by the fire department.
Got poison ivy doing that.
So
I
she
don't
was
know,
just
Harold, but-
asking,
yeah.
because it was coming up and,
We can take a look at it. I was not aware of it.
yeah. She just called the other day and
I've
said,
never cleaned it. 2 years I've been here, so.
It's very hidden.
it's hard to see,
Walking.
but it looks full. So,
That was what you had.
that's what I had.
All right. Anything else, open to the public and other business? Hearing none. We'll set the agenda for next select board meeting on October 7th. Getting into October here pretty quick.
October.
Already. Yeah. Everything's about the same.
I don't know.
I don't think we need to worry about the second constable thing unless we need to, anything else. I think we may have to bring it up again probably by the end of October because he'll already been, find out where he's at.
He'll have turned over another year.
Everything else, budgets, anything, you want to discuss start discussing budgets by next,
Yeah.
it is going to be October, so.
Yeah, I'll print new budgets for
Yeah.
October. And then questions are usually the second meeting, so see where we're at.
And anything else you got anything else in particular, Harold?
Do we want to put that grant on there in case you guys decide to go not do it or something?
Can't
For the
imagine.
blower? Or
For that what?
for the blower?
Oh,
The NVDA
yeah.
grant, right?
Well, you got the letter of intent, so.
Right.
So, I mean, we can, at this thing, I mean, if we can get it, you're not gonna go purchase something at that price. It just ain't
You
gonna
can't
happen.
even buy a hand blower for that.
No. So, yeah, we can put that on for next time.
I mean, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah.
There are people complain that, spending
Well,
money.
unless they wanna clean out the stone line ditches themselves and figure a way how that's gonna happen, so.
But I think we could extend our ditching out in between ditchings by a few years, just by doing that every year.
Yeah. Okay. We don't have anything else. The ones who signing the orders. I guess while I'm signing the orders, we can look for that.
We'll make a motion to close the meeting.
All right, second it. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. 8:10.